The holidays are here. From travel deals to fake charities and fraudulent shipping notices, we've got the top scams to watch out for to protect your wallet this holiday season. Plus, a new scam known as ghost tapping, how thieves can use your phone's tap-to-pay technology to charge you money even without you knowing. And later, Gen Z has become a prime target for scammers, why experts say young adults are more likely to fall for their traps. And we hear from a young woman who got fooled out of $2,000. That's all coming up in this Scam Warning. Beware, scammers are ready to pounce this time of year. Hello, I'm Christine Pei. Thanks for joining us. This is a big time for scams since there are so many distractions with the holidays. Our reporters David Goffredson and Jeremy Baker have the top traps to watch out for.
Well, there's definitely an increase around the holiday season with scams. We're seeing a quadruple increase over the last couple of years in scams in general.
San Diego County District Attorney Summer Steffen says the holidays are the perfect time for scammers to target online shoppers because everyone's in a rush to buy.
Slow down and pay attention to all the details of what you are seeing in terms of an advertisement.
If you notice a product offered at an outrageous discount, as the saying goes, if it looks too good to be true, it probably is. Many of these items are posted on fake websites, and once you enter your credit card info, the product never arrives.
They'll change one letter, but when you quickly are looking at it, you think that this is a trusted source.
On websites you don't recognize, try Googling the name of the company and add the word scam to see if any bad reviews come up.
If you insist on buying something from a location that you are not fully familiar with, then at least use a credit card and not a debit card so you can have a chance to stop the charges.
And when it comes to unsolicited emails or text messages, the DA says steer clear.
Anything that is unsolicited, where it's telling you there's something is wrong with the PayPal, your Amazon account is going to close. Any kind of solicitation with regard to gift cards or paying through gift cards, or we need to verify your gift card number, so go ahead and scratch that gift card number and give it to us. All of those things are going to be scams.
And don't forget the porch pirates. Leaving deliveries on your front porch for a long time is an invitation for them to be stolen. Many companies now offer a place where you can pick up your deliveries in person.
Shopping online, booking trips, and giving back. So many reasons shoppers need to be aware of this year's emerging scam trends to keep themselves secure and money as safe as possible. Starting with holiday travel scams.
Unfortunately, we're going to see that a lot during the season. It's just going to get worse as we head into the Thanksgiving holiday and the Christmas holiday.
Top travel scams include fake travel websites, vacation rental scams, phishing texts and emails, too good to be true deals, and rental car and fuel scams.
I would double check the reservations in your name. Just call ahead to their airline, call ahead to the hotel, and just ensure that you've got a booking and that it's secured.
The BBB says some of the top online scams of Christmas include social media gift exchanges, where gifts are exchanged online and your personal info gets out. Free gift card scams, where scammers impersonate legitimate companies to get you to click on links or pop-ups. Fake charities, where money is collected for fraudulent charities and the scammers collect the dough. And puppy scams, as people turn to the internet for a forever friend and lose their dollars without getting a dog. Social media scams take a chunk of change from holiday spenders too, including fake online secret Santas.
How would you like to pay it forward? How would you like to get involved, buy the next person's gift? But in the end, the mail service considers it fraud. It is illegal.
AARP's holiday scams report says about 89% of adults have experienced at least one scam, and more than half reported receiving a fake shipping notice this year. Other common holiday scams also involve those QR codes you can scan with your phone's camera. Joe Ripley is in Atlanta with the warning.
A simple scan and Shreya Bandla-Moody gets much of the info she needs.
Yeah, all the time in like school, professional stuff, even like when you're giving feedback at a restaurant.
QR codes, those digital signs that help you pay for parking, send a package, or read a restaurant menu, can also come with risks.
Malware can be downloaded onto your phone. That's a significant risk. Also, it can take you to a site that you're not supposed to go to just by misspelling the website.
Mark Dargan, senior cybersecurity strategist at GuidePoint Security, says bad actors can tape over QR codes and hackers can access your passwords or other sensitive data with faulty codes. Dargan says these phishing scams crop up more and more around the holidays.
Because hackers know that people are in a rush. They have deadlines. They're trying to obtain deals. So they will take advantage of that, and they are actually taking advantage of that.
Dargan says 70% of people who use QR codes do not verify them. Protecting yourself, he says, is as simple as previewing the website where the code is sending you and watching out for misspellings.
Make sure that your phone is updated with the latest security OS operating system and all the patches that are applied.
Shreya Bundle-Moody says she'll be more aware of the risks lying in the palm of her hand.
Very scary. I mean, it makes you think twice about what you scan and when you scan it.
Joe Ripley, 11 Alive News.
Many companies staff up for the holidays, and the scammers know it. As more people look for work this time of year, scammers may try to target you with fake job postings. Megan Bragg has what to look out for.
When it comes to that extra holiday cash, the National Retail Federation says they expect retailers to hire between 256,000 to 356,000 seasonal workers. Juliana O'Rourke with the Better Business Bureau says be on the lookout for people trying to scam you.
And you really want to be very cautious about what you're clicking on. If a job seems to be paying way too much, it's probably because it's a scam. If they are going to hire you without an interview, that's another red flag.
O'Rourke says look out for how they are looking for applicants.
If, for instance, somebody does hire you, oftentimes they're going to want you to move away from the Indeed or the LinkedIn or the platform they hired you on and ask you to start communicating through WhatsApp. And so that can be a red flag.
And when it comes to searching for jobs, O'Rourke says companies usually won't text you offering a job opportunity.
And it's one thing if you're on job search sites looking for a job, you may have a company reach out that way, but oftentimes they're going to email you. They're going to reach out on the platform that you actually applied on.
If you do start the interview process and realize it's a scam, O'Rourke says hang up and start taking actions to protect your personal information and credit.
You would check all your credit reports, reach out to your financial institution, potentially freeze your credit so that nobody can open anything in your name. And so also report it to us at BBB.
Thieves can charge your card in crowded places even without you realizing it. Coming up, we're talking about the new ghost tapping scam experts are warning about this holiday season. Welcome back. We're talking now about a scam called ghost tapping. Many people use that tap to pay feature on your phone with your digital wallet. The Better Business Bureau says scammers are now using that technology to steal your info even without you knowing. Here's Megan Bragg with what you need to know.
Our source is Juliana O'Rourke with the Charlotte Better Business Bureau and the U.S. Department of Homeland Security. When it comes to paying, it's become easier to tap your phone instead of swiping your card. But the BBB says criminals are getting smarter, and now they don't even need to steal your physical card to get your information.
If they get too close to you in public, they could get too close to your phone if it's kind of easily accessible and charge your phone with the tap to pay that way. If maybe there's a fair, a festival, we know those happen often here, especially this time of year, they could set up a booth and sort of pretend to be a vendor, and they could be only taking those tap-to-tap payments.
O'Rourke says tap-to-pay works through something called near-field communication, or NFC, which allows devices to exchange data within a very close distance. Homeland Security says radio frequency identification, or RFID, blocking wallets or card sleeves can help.
So if you have an RFID sleeve protector, wallet protector, it helps so people can't essentially tap into your card or, your payment that way.
O'Rourke says make sure to not leave your devices out in public, and if you're paying for something digitally, make sure the vendor is legitimate. With your Verify, I'm Megan Bragg.
It's the time of year where we may get winter storms that can leave damage behind on your home and property. Unfortunately, after every major storm, scammers swarm impacted communities, sometimes faster than the insurance adjusters can even get there. Experts with the Better Business Bureau are sharing the big red flags to watch out for.
So you want to watch out for anyone that's being very high pressure with you, wanting you to hire them on the spot. Oftentimes the scammers will come to your door and they'll want you to either pay them money immediately or want you to sign something and hire them immediately. You want to avoid doing that. You can take their information and consider hiring them at a later time, but don't ever hire someone that just comes to your door and pressures you, especially. Also, watch out for anyone that wants you to pay the full amount up front. You should never pay the full amount for the repairs up front. Pay in installments instead, and also pay with a credit card. Avoid untraceable methods of payment like prepaid debit card, Cash App, or gift card.
Many also turn to Nextdoor, Facebook groups, or neighborhood chats to find people who can't help do the work. It's important you also independently vet any contractors you find online. The BBB has this database with reports on contractors where you can look up complaints, reviews, and ratings that can help you find out if they're legit. Utility companies are also warning about a shutoff scam. That's when people get a message claiming their power or water is about to be cut if they don't pay up fast. Tanya Rivera has the details.
Gas, electricity, water, all necessary, all utilities that we pay for. So when you get a call, an email, or a text that claims that you just forgot your bill, that your bill is showing past due, the utility is about to shut it off unless you pay right now, it really gets your attention.
So many times scammers try to get us by saying that, hey, we're going to disconnect your power immediately unless you pay right now. And so we just want to let customers know we're never going to do that. We're not going to immediately shut you off demanding immediate payment.
When your account is past due, you're going to be notified, most of the time by mail and several times before any action is taken to disconnect service. But the scammers, they're so good. They're so believable. They tell you, well, the mail and the notices got lost and that you need to pay right now. They scare you into believing them. In fact, so far this year alone, 3,000 Duke Energy customers reported getting this kind of scam message. Don't get scammed out of your money.
Best way to verify is honestly looking at your bill, looking on your online account and being able to say, okay, I do owe this or I don't owe this or I already paid. And that way, hang up the phone, delete that message, close the door and go back and reach out to us directly.
So many people around the nation get caught up in this shutoff scam that there's even a group called Utilities United Against Scams, and they even set aside a day to get the word out. Here's the big takeaway for all of us. Don't believe the shutoff scam. Never give anyone information or payment. Always go back to the source.
Deepfake videos online are looking and sounding more and more real. We hear from a cybersecurity expert after the break about ways to spot the fakes. Deepfake videos are becoming more and more convincing. They can fuel scams and misinformation. Chesley McNeil spoke to a cybersecurity researcher to find out more.
What is going on with this? All right, so first of all, it doesn't feel like it's legal to do, but then it's out there, it's on social media. I mean, how do we guard ourselves against this?
First of all, I want to make it clear that I am not a deepfake AI video. I am a real person.
We appreciate that.
But then again, how can you tell the difference? Right. And that's the real issue, right? And so from a legal perspective, there's very little legislative content out there that protects the public at large. And that's the real issue. From a public policy and legislative perspective, that it is a challenge. From a technical perspective, it's really easy to stand up these videos and these audio files. I'll give you two examples. Just last year, a multinational company was the victim of a coordinated attack by a criminal actor group where the target was a poor accounts payable clerk who was ultimately convinced to authorize payment on a bogus bill worth $25 million. And the criminal actor group at first faked a phone call to the clerk from the chief financial officer, and the clerk said, "This doesn't seem right." It felt odd. which was right. And then the threat actor group said, no problem, we're happy to get on a video call with you to put any concerns aside. And they had video spoofed and audio spoofed multiple officers of the corporation, all to put this poor employee at ease to feel comfortable transferring the funds out. They never got the money back.
Wow.
And so these are real concerns that are happening. I've got friends and colleagues who are using this technology in real time to perform penetration tests against these organizations who want to be tested against this type of attack. And the ease with which I can spoof an identity and have a conversation with you in real time. I can sit here at the keyboard and you can say something to me and I can type in the response and it will sound like whoever it is I'm spoofing talking to you on the other end, either in audio or video in real time, is really frightening and scary. And so when we take that capability and start applying it in different areas of our lives, it becomes really scary and difficult. And when the public at large is not really thinking about this new type of threat, we're not ready for it. And so whether it's in this context, a political campaign ad, or whether it's in our personal lives, an inbound phone call where we think we're getting a phone call from, our power company, our electric company, maybe the police department, where they're claiming all kinds of bad things are about to happen if you don't take this action right away. Give us your past due, pay a bill, give us this money, we're going to come arrest you. In this case, words being put in Senator Ossoff's mouth that he didn't say. This is a societal problem writ large that we have to inform the public about. How do we deal? This is a problem. You need to be aware of it. And then how do we deal with it from a regulatory perspective? And that's the real challenge, is what laws and policies do we put in place to deal with this at a national level? Because a patchwork approach across multiple states, we've seen time and time again, long term, it is not going to work.
Just listening to you, I feel like there's nothing we can do about this right now. Is that the case?
Well, awareness, I always say, is the first step. And so when you start to see these things come across, you have to be vigilant, and you have to, unfortunately, you have to question what you're seeing and what you're hearing now. And so when you see these things come across social media, you have to ask yourself, is this consistent with the behavior and actions that I've seen from this individual in the past? You should stop and say, that doesn't make sense. In our personal lives, when we've got these calls coming inbound, question it and say, okay, thank you very much, and then turn around and call the organization on a known publicly good number. You can't trust the inbound number, because I can spoof an inbound telephone number and I can look like I'm calling legitimately from Georgia Power or Hobby MC, in my case, or what have you, and it can look like a legitimate number when in fact it's not. And so it's trouble across the board.
Coming up next, scammers targeting Gen Z.
I've had training on scams, and I fell victim to it.
Why experts say young adults are more likely to fall for scams. Scammers are sending out more texts right now than ever before. The new Consumer Reports Cyber Readiness Reports finds text scam attempts are up by 50%. And Gen Z has become a big target. 18 to 29-year-olds are getting scammed at record levels. Reports of scam attempts from them have even tripled. Consumer Reports says there's a few reasons for this. Texting is Gen Z's main form of communication. They tend to have big group chats with contacts they may not have saved. They also may have less experience spotting scams and may be more trusting. Here are some tips to protect your money. Don't reply to random or unsolicited texts. Responding lets scammers know your number is active. Instead, block and mark the number as spam. Phone carriers also offer free tools to filter or block unwanted messages. And be suspicious of requests for personal information if the text seems urgent. That is also a red flag. A young woman in Tennessee said she fell victim to a scam. Heather Waliga spoke with her about what happened and what she wants other people her age to know.
When 23-year-old real estate agent Madison Stroud got a call from an 865 area code, she didn't think twice about answering it.
It sounded very professional, like a Southern man.
The caller claimed to be from the Knoxville Police Department and told Madison she missed federal jury duty. He even knew where she worked and insisted she signed a document agreeing to appear.
28th, I was out of town on a mission trip. So I was like, oh no, someone's forging my signature.
The caller said she owed a $2,000 fine, and if she didn't pay up, she'd be arrested. Madison spent the next 6 hours on the phone trying to figure out how to get the money.
So I was like, okay, well, I don't have this money, so I'm gonna have to borrow it from someone, and I need to tell them what's going on. And he was like, no, you're under gag order. This case is still active.
So you're scared at this point?
Yeah, I'm terrified.
Stroud eventually called her sister and asked for cash while the scammer stayed on the line.
I met her at the bank, and then he had me go to 2 different Krogers to buy the money pack cards, gave him the numbers, and then after that he had me go to the post office to mail them to a federal address.
By the time she reached the police department where the man promised to meet her, Madison realized she'd been scammed.
Is it hard to catch the scammers?
It's really hard.
KPD property crimes detective Michael Harper calls it the modern day con game and says young adults are becoming the most common targets. A recent study by the Better Business Bureau shows people ages 18 to 24 reported losing more money to scams than any other age group, often through social media or online schemes.
What's the likelihood they'll ever get their money back?
Well, honestly, it's probably pretty slim.
They have a script.
Stroud wants other people her age to know it can happen to them too.
I've had training on scams, and I fell victim to it.
Now she's $2,000 in debt and still trying to make up what she lost.
My generation is going so fast, their day-to-day life, and I think we also aren't educated enough on knowing what to look for.
Police say if you ever get a phone call like that, you should hang up, call the agency directly, and never send money or gift cards to anyone claiming to be law enforcement. Well, that does it for us today. We hope you found this information helpful to protect yourself, your loved ones, and your money. I'm Christine Pei. Thanks so much for watching.